This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah, hi. Hi, everyone. So yesterday we discussed about EC2 and all. So today we are going to discuss about our next module S3. So hello everyone. Today we are going to start our next module, that is S3. S3 means like, what is S3? Simple storage service. S3 means simple storage service. That is S3. Simple storage service. Simple as storage service. S3. Like that, they created the names and all. So that is S3. So in S3, S3 is the really very much important module where we can manage the storage related operations in AWS. The storage related operations, in the sense like it is the like it is the file level storage. So that means like a file, there is a difference between file level and block level. I will explain, but at least outline. Yes, S3 is the simple storage service in AWS. So this storage is the file level storage. That means you can store and retrieve only files, not the databases or something like that. You can upload file, you can download the file, so that you can manage only file level storage. Someone ask you what kind of storage is S3. S3 is the file level storage. That means you can't install the software in this storage. You can just upload, download the files, that's all. It's just like a Google Drive, OneDrive, like that. So that is the S3. Then coming to, it is the internet storage. You can just connect to AWS and you can buy the storage and build in redundancy. They will have very high redundancy. That means they will, if you upload a file F1, that file is going to sync between different data centers. So like three areas they are going to sync. So that means it has always high available, and also low price per month. So this is pay per use model. Again, it is monthly payment. So whenever you use, then only you need to pay. If you are not using, you don't need to pay anything. That is the pay per use model. And this is the first service developed by the AWS. One important thing is, this is the first service developed by AWS long time back, that is 2006. So by using this S3, so many companies, they created the drives like Google Drive, or like kind of OneDrive, or like cloud, based on the cloud. Google Drive, OneDrive, and Amazon Drive also is there, and Dropbox is there. The Dropbox is also coming from AWS S3. In the backend storage is S3 only. And like so many companies, they use the storage behind their business and their applications and all. So that means like it is the internet storage. It has its own HTTP access. That's why this is the one of the very good feature. That means you can manage the website in AWS S3. You can manage directly the website in AWS S3. You no need of server and all to maintain a website. So I will explain how to deploy the website in AWS S3 and all. And also the storage will allow you to store and retrieve any amount of data anytime from anywhere on the web. So you can directly connect to the web and you can download and you can use that. So it is scalable. It is just pay per use model. You can just drag and drop. So there is no pre-cost and all. There is no pre-cost, like you no need to pay anything before that. So only you can pay, and you can use and you can pay per use model. That means how I need only 20 GB, so that I can pay for that, like that pay per use model concept. That is also one more most important thing. Now why we go for S3? What is S3? We understand now why we go for S3. So it is easy, simple, and secure, and durable. And secure means, I will explain, like we can enable the multiple security layers like ACL and bucket level policies, and we can implement lot of securities. I will explain about what kind of securities we have and all. So that is the one more important, and also it is available across all the regions. And important thing is it is the global service. Global service. If you go to the S3, you can see there is a global. That means the service is available across the globe. So that is the global service. And also simple data transfer. They will give you API like application program interfaces to communicate and all. So that is the one more important. Now coming to the use cases where people are using, like people are using in so many places, right? Where the people are using. So S3 use cases are like really amazing, like so many places, like the mostly the backup purpose, application file hosting and media hosting. The most of the web companies, right? The companies are using this hosting and software delivery and stores AMI and snapshots also. So this is like it stores AMIs and snapshots as well, so that it is really useful. That is the one more important. And real point of this is interview question again, like if you remember, like AMIs will store in S3, the snapshots also stored in S3. So remember this if you are not okay. So, and one more important, we are using S3 for many purposes like backup, and also we have some lot of images we stored there, and we uploaded the S3 logs, some logs of like trading logs to S3, and some application servers logs. So, and also like I don't know what kind of logs they are, but people are asking us to, hey, keep these logs to some location in S3. So we can create a API and we can provide them, and they will send always logs. And also sometime we will mount this file system, this S3 to the server as a file system, so that it is very useful. So then they can send the document, I mean whatever they want. So that is the one more use cases what we are using in my company also. And also they will provide you single origin storage for the content distribution. Content distribution means like it has its own CDN, content delivery network, like Akamai, Fastly, Limelight. That means, like for example, if you host a website in Virginia region, but people are accessing from California or Singapore or Mumbai, so or in India. So from India, some people are accessing. They no need to come to the Virginia region where the website is hosted. This is going to sync to the edge locations across the globe, like in Hyderabad or Mumbai or Bangalore. They created some edge location. It is caching there, and people are accessing from Mumbai. They can go to the edge location nearest of their place instead of going to origin, that is Virginia. That means they never go to the no need to do. That's why this is very much popular in these days, like um, because of CDN. So that's what the reason most of the companies, like hundreds of websites, not hundreds, millions of websites are running in AWS S3. So I remember like 4 years back or 3 years, 4 years back, I think, look like one day only Virginia region the storage is not available. That time they highlighted like almost like more than 200k, 200 like 1,000 200,000 websites are impacted in Virginia region itself. So that means imagine that 5 years back, now it may be like millions of websites are there running in AWS, including Netflix, including all like US government websites and federal projects and educational websites, and also the websites like media, mostly media hostings are always in public, right? So they don't care about security and all for their website, so that is anyhow it is public. So that's why there most of the media companies, they want to save the money, and even they are in critical, they don't have capability to drive the trucks and taking care about all the paper and all. Nowadays most of the papers are digital, so the digitalization is very easy. They just need the employees to take the this thing, and they no need of any infrastructure because they are hosting in AWS S3. So then the only 5 to 6 people are good enough for media company to they can run whole infrastructure for their business. Because because in AWS there is a company like Washington Post. They created a content management system out of content management system using this AWS, and they are selling the content management system for the business people. Let's take example. I'm having capability. I have one media company. I want to like update my everyday posts and everything. The Washington Post, they are giving URL, and we just need to upload the they will create all the columns and everything for us. We just need to update the main page, second page, like that we need to give, and we need to update that. So it's ready-made program. In the backend, AWS S3, the data and everything, images. Suppose I want to get the image for World War II, World War something like that. Just there is a tags for these images, and they are collecting. They can go with the tags and all. So that's really important. So we'll talk about that. So, but at least S3 is very useful for web hosting, where websites all most of the websites are running. So, any questions here? Anyone? Please go ahead about what is S3, why we go for S3, where we are using S3, where we are using S3. So that is the most important. So, any questions? Anyone? So this is used for backup and backup purpose as well. So that is the one more important. So now coming to, we can use this for backup purpose and content distribution. Just now we discussed it, and also nowadays I can see this big change in big data solutions. The big data solutions, what they will do, they will store the big data in AWS S3, and they will analyze using their tools in S3. I mean their tools and all. And also not only this, like some third-party companies like Snowflake and all, they are using AWS S3 backend storage for their analysis of the data and all. So like there is a many scenarios where we can use, yes, AWS S3 for business. So that is the one more important. Now coming to hosting, web hosting, I just explained. A lot of companies, they use the web hosting to host their websites here, That is the one thing. And DR, disaster recovery also. And also there is a storage gateway also provided by AWS as a utility. So that utility we can use to store the data, and we can migrate the backups from on-premises to AWS and all. So that is the one more important, like application data you can directly in two ways. Like you can use AWS storage for your server as a storage. So server is on premises, but storage is in AWS. By using gateway, we have the storage gateway integrated, and that storage gateway we can use for this purpose. So that is the one important. Then also there is a VTL, there is a virtual tape library also they created, and they provided the VTL as well. So the gateway is connected from on-premises to AWS. So with this VTL, what VTL will do, this will help to, it is act as a tape library. So backup software, it act as a backup software. That the backup software will send the data from on-premises to AWS S3 using this library and all. So it's library means like it's kind of backup software. Okay, that part I will explain how this means, like they instead of the tape libraries, they can use the hard disk as a library, and they will use that for backups and all. Okay, in our company even we are using this AWS VTL. This is really useful. Instead of taking the big storage box in our on premises, For backups, we can send those backups to AWS S3 directly using these libraries. And even I did one big project on this virtual tape library, where we have the lot of the tapes. Previously there is a lot of tapes. I will show you how the tapes look like. Those tape libraries are converted into the virtual, and we transport all the data to AWS S3 like that we did. And the features of AWS S3, we have a lot of features of AWS S3. The features are like, data management and easy of use, event notification, data protection, and security. And at least you will get 2 3 interview questions, more than 3 questions, interview questions from S3. If you go for any interview, at least more than 3 interview questions from S3. And at least they will ask you what you did in our environment, and all that I will explain. But at least okay, here key features of S3 is data management, that is cost monitoring and control, lifecycle management we can manage, and easy of use. Like there is a lot of APIs they provided, and we can analyze the how the cost is every day, like that. And also you can get the notification in case someone is deleted the files. You can receive the alerts. And also there is a lot of workflow and version management. You have multiple versions, also cross region replication is there. So versions means, like, see, for example, the backups and all, every day you are sending multiple copies, it will maintain. And also we can also enable the uh, old data can delete, like that. There is a policy we can set it. I will explain. We will see practically all of this. Okay, even cross region replication also, it's very important. In case one region is not available for some reason, you need to get the data. So we can replicate. Like, let's take example, you are using Mumbai region. Suppose in Mumbai region something happened, like power supply failure or something, so the region is not available. Still you can't say, like, for business the server is the, I mean, the data is not available, like that, right? So in that case, what we can do, we need to take one more copy into another region, that is the replication. One other region, that is the replication. That is also one more important. Now version also you can maintain. So the use cases, like if you go to the uses of S3, it's, trust me, it is nothing. It is nowadays, it is going crazy. Because just imagine how much data in Netflix, how many movies, how many stories, how many shows, everything is from AWS. Imagine the peers and books, right? All library books library, that is like online library in AWS S3. The whole books. Imagine how many people are using this GoToMeeting across the world. Everyone's their recordings are in AWS S3. I want 1 month. They are maintaining 2 months, 3 months also. The data, whatever we are recording, you can download anytime. This GoToMeeting is the AWS only. So like there is a usage is like amazing. So people are using like crazy. So then there is a, what are the different classes of the storages? We have 3 types of storages. That is S3 standard class, that is frequently used. That means every day you are using. Then there is a storage standard for infrequently accessed data. That means you may not use every day, you may use weekly one time, like that, or not weekly, monthly, 2 months, 3 months, like that. Glacier means it's kind of backup, just how we discussed, right? It has 3 types of storages. Frequently accessed, that means every time you are accessing. Infrequently accessed, maybe 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, very rare case you are using. Backups like a Glacier, very rare, like 6 months, 1 year, like that. So we can create a policy to migrate the data from frequently to infrequently to Glacier also. Suppose, like, if no one is touching this file for 3 months, then migrate to here. If no one is touching this 3 months, then go here. If no one is touch this file, you can set up the policy after 10 years, delete all the files which are more than 10 years files. So like that, we can set it up like policy also. That is very much important. So now you are very clear about what are the different classes of storage. So then coming to the pricing part. So amazing pricing part is you can also, I already explained, this is pay-per-use model. No minimum fee. You can pay whatever you use, that's all. Pricing is based on the location. I already explained this is the global service. Even though global service, you can create the storage boxes, the unit, the buckets in your current location, like wherever you want. We have multiple regions. I will show you practically in few minutes. Then you can also calculate the monthly calculator and all. Pricing is available as storage pricing and requesting pricing and data transfer pricing. Data transfer, like the pricing model also I will show you in a minute. So but at least outline, these are all of the pricing model and all. So if you go to the AWS, you can see the pricing model of AWS, aws.amazon.com/s3/pricing pricing. You can understand how the pricing of AWS. So one important interview question and one important point to you all guys is like, there is no charges for uploading the data to AWS, the bandwidth utilization and all. So there is no charges. While downloading from AWS S3 to then it is chargeable. If you go to the data transfer, right, all data transfer out, all data transfer in is zero. Only while taking out the data transfer charges are like 0.09 per GB, like that. So that is the pricing model. Now you are very clear about how the what is the pricing model, how the pricing model is working. The storage cost is also very less actually. See, if you go 0.023 per GB, so like standard. If you go to the glacier kind of thing, like if you go to the backup glacier archive, deep archive and archive, it is like 0.0009 cents. It's very cheap, right, for 1 GB. So that is the one more important. So now you are very clear about storage cost and request data and retrieval and data transfer cost is there, and also management and analysis also is there, replication. So each charges, you just spend some time on this pricing part. You can understand 5 GB is free. First 5 GB is free. You no need to pay anything for first 5 GB. That is also one more important. So after that, it's not, don't worry about the charges. They are charging very minimum. You can do practice as much as you can, but make sure you can just monitor your billing and all sometime. Okay. So that is the one thing. Now coming to, if you go to the traditional storage and Amazon storage, there is a huge difference. Like even if any one of you guys are working in file systems and all, so if I create 100 GB, the customer will see only 98 GB, 95 GB. The rest of is wastage. Even if you buy the pen drive, 20 GB pen drive, you will see 18 or something. That means the rest of the space is where it is. So the rest of the space is going to be in blocks and sectors and hidden. So that is the one important. So that's why we need to understand this AWS is not like that. How much you use, you can pay. That's why I need 100 GB, so I can pay for 100 GB. So it doesn't matter how much wastage and all. So that is the pay-per-use model. And if you compare with the traditional storage, AWS storage is more available than traditional storage. The traditional storage is will lose a lot of space. Actually, if you go for 1 petabyte, you will get only 400 TB for actual application. So, like Jameer, you might be understand this point. I think, right? Even in traditionally, we are not able to provide the actual storage what the customer is requested, right?
See, we have requested around.
I don't know. Your voice is too low.
We have requested for one storage around around 3 TB. 3 TB.
Yeah, then definitely 200 GB you will lose, like 200, more than 200,
Yes, you're right.
right?
So the customer is asking where is this data and all,
Yeah,
and then
exactly. Yeah. So we can't explain them like it is holding each block to block. There is a some bits are holding that block to block storage, right? So that's why those are block storages. But this is the file level storage.
yes, we need to explain in the meeting that how it where it will be gone.
Yeah, they are just like they will ask, look like innocents. So the wording, we can't explain. Really, it's very hard sometimes. But what we can do, the people are like, we need to. That is the big difference in infrastructures people and the developers. It's
Sometimes
always
they are asking that which process it is using. Can you brief about the process and all? Which process?
Yes, yes. There is no process at all. It is like, yeah, yeah. I also getting sometimes the questions like very bad questions. Like sometimes they are asking, I will not give you username. Reset my password. How can we reset the password without username? So like that. Yeah, that's true. But here the pricing part just now we discussed about, like it is one good important point here is all data in the data transfer charges are zero. That is interview question. Okay, so the rest of we need to understand here like two things, the main. So in AWS S3 we need to understand two things, two major things. One is the object and bucket. The difference between object and bucket is very much important. So the bucket is the actual storage unit where we can create the bucket and we can store the data. The bucket is the main object, or object where we can store. The objects are the files. It may be directory, it may be text file, it may be notepad, anything. Those are all are the files. So you can have the 100 buckets maximum. Why 100 buckets, I will explain. So you can create a 100 buckets maximum, but the data you can store n number of files inside the bucket. There is no restriction. And also we can also uh, apply for the special permissions to the bucket and all. I will explain. Just at least outline, the bucket is a basic storage unit in S3. It is single level container where you can store the files. Those files may be any kind of files. There is no restrictions. Inside the file bucket you can upload a number of files, and also you can upload and download files very easy way. And you can also maintain the folders you can rename, and files you can rename anytime you can do, but not the bucket. Because if you do the bucket renaming, so you can't able to do even. So that I will explain why. So the reason I will explain. Then coming to even renaming folders also, it's not recommended. The reason is, I already explained, this data in the backend is syncing to 3 data centers for redundancy. In case one data center is down from AWS, still they can able to provide from other data center. If you rename, it is taking the time to sync in all the areas. So in the meantime, if one data center is down, you will lose the data. That's why they will not recommend it anytime for renaming the folders once you upload and all. So the purpose of the bucket is the bucket level only we can apply all the payments, and we can apply for the storage data transfer charges, and also we can host a website. This is the most important. We can host a website in AWS S3 using this option. So that is the one more most important part here. Okay, now coming to here, bucket means equivalent to directory. It is a single level common namespace across S3. And but a bucket, you can create any kind of naming. There is no limit for the objects and all we discussed. And also it is scalable. That means like you uploaded 100 GB today, and tomorrow also you can just drag and drop kind of thing. There is no need to ask anyone. You just increase, that's all. It is just scalable for objects, and you can host a website in S3, I will show you how to host a. This is the one of the excellent feature. Because of this feature, there is a millions of companies, I mean websites are running in AWS. Because for if you in traditionally, if you want to host a website, it's big job, because you need a server, the server cost, server maintenance, server server you need to give outsourcing. If you give outsourcing to the any company, they will charge a lot. So these are all really big headache. That's why companies are always looking for this AWS S3 and all. So in S3, nothing. You just take 5 GB. You can even you don't to take any 5 GB or something. So whatever the website you uploaded, so they will charge for only how much data you uploaded, but you will run the website. I will show you how to run the website in AWS S3 directly. Then coming to the objects. Objects means before objects are the files inside. Objects are the files inside the bucket. You can upload any kind of data and all, but only important thing here is keep in mind only 5 GB file, single file size is only 5 GB. You can't go more than 5 GB size file. And also you can upload the more than 5 GB also, but you need a third party tool, that is multi-part uploader. So like Cloudberry software, or just remember this word, okay? There is a Cloudberry software third party tool, S3 browser, or you can use like command line and all. So you can write a program to upload and all. That is the you can do maximum 5 TB each file. So that is the with third party tool. Without third party tool, only 5 GB. That is the interview question again. And also, is there any specific file format? I need only this file format, like that. There is no file format. That means objects means files. That's all. You can upload maximum 5 GB. With API, 5 TB file. Each file, I mean, you can upload data and as much as you can, but there is no restriction with that. But single file size is not more than 5 GB. By using management console, by using third party, you can also upload maximum 5 TB file. It's big file. 5 TB file means. So then there is no limit for the objects, and the objects may be blobs, and there is no need of any specific data and all. So that is the one more important. Now we just understand you can also upload the files using some APIs like get request and put request and all. So by using third party, not third party, even by using some FTP sites and all, you can use the put request and get request also. And the object key, the total, like the if you upload a file, the file is under like docs.s3.com, for example. How it look like, the bucket name and your object name. That's why we can't use the same bucket across. I will explain about that point again. At least, okay, each object has the your bucket name dot s3 dot amazon.com. Under that there is a objects and all. So we'll talk about that. But why we go for this life cycle and all, where we can use the object life cycle, I will explain the object life cycle also. Mostly this is used for life cycle management, define for log files. Suppose after 3 months you no need of files, you can delete them, and archive the files, and digital media archives and financial documents, some records, like like only patients data, like patients maybe more than 10 years people, they no need to again they have the agreement with these people also. So after 10 years we don't have data like that. So that depends on what kind of business again. So if you go to the bank, you withdraw $100, after 10 years also they need to give you that same data. But after 5 years they will request you, okay, come on tomorrow so that I will get the data. So the retrieving is taking more time if you migrate the data to archives and all. I will explain about that. So that is the one more thing. I will explain the life cycle and I will show you practically also life cycle policies. We can create the policy to migrate the data from one storage to another storage also. And the versioning, I already explained versioning. We can maintain the versioning. That versioning will help you to migrate the data from one storage to frequently to infrequent and all. And versioning I already explained. And cross region replication also I explained, like you can replicate the data from one region to another region. In case one region is down, you can use that. And low latency and security purpose, security also create remote replication management by separate AWS accounts. You can replicate the data between two different accounts also. That's really very good feature. So that way you can maintain this data in multiple regions. And event notification is really important. That means if someone is deleted the file, you will get notification. And also you can maintain the queuing system, like this will help you to advertise the advertisings and all, to set it up like tomorrow at 10 o'clock all advertisements, so advertising is going to execute like that. And lambda functions, you can execute your own lambda functions and all. So we have a lot of things here, so we'll talk about that. Then coming to then VPC to VPC also, like one network to another network we can communicate. But this is too early to understand this networking, because we are not yet completed VPC. In VPC we'll understand more about this. Okay, so that's all I think. So security wise, it's amazing. We can provide, I will show you practically creating bucket policy, access control, and you can set up the expiry date for objects. Like imagine you are enabled an advertisement, so that advertisement should run only 3 days. After 3 days it is going to stop automatically. So we need to enable that as well, so public URL expiry date and all. I will also show you. This is the most important data encryption. So before going to encryption, any questions here about security and one by one? Any questions? Then coming to data encryption options, we have the server side encryption. Encryption means, suppose you uploaded the data, if someone steal that data, it should not readable if you enable the encryption. Otherwise they can read the data, they can use the data, they can use their they can misuse the data also. So here there is a server side encryption, client side encryption, and you can create your own key to encrypt the data in S3. I will explain about this practically, but at least, okay, the encryption means you are, imagine in bucket you stored the data that should be encrypted. That means if you store a password like welcome 123 is read, it is jumbling into the different format or something. Finally the people whoever is take that, they can't use only this account where you created the key. And that key, whoever is having that key, only they can able to read the data, like that, the server side encryption. And also client side encryption means, like server side means AWS is enabling for you, client side means we are enabling. And also we can create our own key and we can enable. That is the one more important, but this is really important interview question, like what is encryption. Encryption means it is we can it is more security we are enabling for our data. The data in the bucket should be encrypted if we enable the encryption. There is a three types of encryption. One is server side, then client side. The server side means AWS is encrypting your data. Client side means we can enable our own, but that key is provided by AWS, or you can create your own customer managed keys and all. So I will explain and I will show you practically how this customer keys and all working. And also the AWS, these are the partners for AWS for their storage, like Veeam Backup and NetApp, and these are all big companies. their NAS, Uni. So these are the very big companies. What they are doing, so they are using their appliances in the back end. Storage is AWS S3. Let's take example. NetApp is the storage, but storage management tool software. But they need the storage actually, right? The storage is from AWS S3. We can use AWS S3 for storage. So that is the one more important. I hope everyone understand about what is S3 and why we need S3, how the S3 is working, and advantages and features and everything. So please go ahead. Any questions here about S3? Anyone?
Uh, what kind of technology they are using to pass the data from one data center to another data center?
Definitely they will not give us because that is their business secret, right? Yeah. Otherwise, you can also create one more Amazon. Yeah.
This seems to be much faster. I mean, see, I work for the data centers also,
Uh-huh.
but the thing is, I saw the many storages like IBM storage and all. So when they are trying to install the storage, so it is very difficult. That I mean, they used to take more than 2 days, 3 days like that
Oh my
to.
God. Even sometimes it will take months because sometimes the power supply is networking and even cables, firewalls. It's really big job. Even I did. I worked for one data center. Even power supplies, we don't know from where it is coming.
We did the migrations for the DCs also, data center
Oh,
migration.
yeah, big job. That is going to be 1 year, 2 years project. Yeah. Now it's gone. Companies are completely free up.
So
Now,
after you explained this storage one, I thought it's that much simpler compared to. I mean, in the earlier days, it's very big headache. That
yeah, really. That's why I am telling these people like nowadays software is very easy job. Not like earlier we did.
yes, 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 yes. You are
Yeah,
right.
yeah. Earlier when I started, that time, then just they started the Linux, Unix and all, like 1996, I think. Yeah, the computer itself it is started that time.
Yes, yes, yes. See, I
Yeah,
work from the DOS version 5.
exactly. DOS, my and MS DOS as well, and the Windows 3 is started.
See, we used to use. I mean,
Pascal.
there's a disk, so we need to boot our computer.
Oh, that is big disk, right?
Yeah, he explained
Big floppy. Yeah, I know.
uh,
I remember that days. Yeah.
80, Windows NT. Then after,
Yeah. Yeah. Then later on it came now, oh God, really crazy. Crazy. I don't it's big difference we saw in our lives. We saw like big difference in our whole thing. Especially people like people from India, right? So like some rural places and all, we saw big differences, the lifestyle, living style, and the computer and technology wise, and oh, it's really big difference I saw. So FLO
very,
TP
very
by floppy disk, right? So even no one know, even people nowadays they don't know what is floppy disk.
correct, correct, correct.
They don't know. If I ask my kids and all, they don't know. These are the big floppy disks are there. These are like, these are like big are there that time, very big name.
We used to
Then they
boot.
converted to small one, and then it is become very compact. and now it's gone. Now no one uses these floppies and all. No need. Nowadays CD is also gone. Even sometime after now it's almost 20% of discs also gone. No discs at all.
Correct.
You know the tape drives are gone completely.
Yes. Even
Tape
I
drive.
worked with tape drive.
Yeah, Bharat might be, he knows more about these tape drives, and he also worked on the data center. It's really big job. Sometimes tape is inside and it's not ejecting out, and it's really big job.
Yes.
And you know how difficult they need to take into the Iron Mountain in US, the big HP data center. They need to keep it in cold places, and they need to bring into the one day if the backup they need to bring into data center attached to that. It's really big job.
They used to maintain the 5 years data. The
Exactly. Too much cost even.
yeah.
Now it's gone. Even the discs, right? The discs, right? So SSDs nowadays, SSDs means like semiconductor mechanism. There is
Yeah.
no motor inside. Previously, there was a motor. The disk
Correct.
is running with motor. That's why old computers are giving sound, because of it is riding the motor and it is getting the data. So it's gone. After some time, we don't see even SSDs also. I think maybe in air they will get.
That that's why I'm saying Amazon Web Services. It seems to be amazing.
Really,
Ama-
they make whole technology 20-30
uh,
years onwards. People what they did, these guys did separate parallel software IT industry technology wise.
Correct.
Oh, big change. Big means like we can't imagine how big change it is. The whole like 20%, 30% of the world is with him now.
Those who have worked more than 25 years in the IT, then they come to know exactly what they did.
Exactly. Yeah. 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 It's big. I just want to come out from these computers actually, but there is no option. I don't want. Really, I don't want. I like, it's done. I don't want. I want to throw those computers first of all outside. What do we then do? But we need some more time. See, at least you can understand SSDs and SSD drives and HDD. Uh,
Yes.
uh, yeah. Uh, um, Bhupal, you understand the difference?
Is the floppy.
SSD and the
One
HDD,
but
right?
yeah, floppy,
Nowadays,
floppy
SSDs,
CD,
all
DVD.
companies are using SSDs. Just remember the terminology and all. So, anyhow, but S3, we don't know from where it is coming, how it is coming, but still people are using. We are hosting a website in 2 minutes, and the website is running, and people are accessing. People don't know where it is coming. We don't know from where it is there, and but still, it is accessible. Yeah, it's crazy technology. Yeah, anyhow. Yeah, thanks everyone. We'll
Thank
meet tomorrow. Yeah.
you. Today's session very good.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Tomorrow we'll discuss lot practically, like how to connect to AWS S3 using command line, PowerShell, how to upload the data, and how to migrate the data from on-premises to AWS S3, and we do a lot actually in S3 especially. These are the most important topics: S3, EC2, IAM, and then networking. After this, we will go with the networking and all. Yeah.
Okay. So tomorrow we have chapter.
Sir,
Yeah.
can you explain regarding SSL part also? How, anyhow,
Yeah.
encrypted.
Yeah, that is our real time, right? Yeah, let we connect in our review session. Yeah,
Tomorrow, tomorrow is the Friday, and do we have class in the evening tomorrow?
tomorrow we don't have, like Monday again. Yeah,
Monday. Tomorrow
so
means Monday.
tomorrow I think we have. Do we have, Renu? Do we have any class on weekend? No, right?
Sir,
I don't think. Yeah, we
No,
have
no,
the
no,
class
sir.
tomorrow.
Tomorrow
We will
also one
continue.
class, AWS new batch.
No, I think it is in morning hours, right?
Yes, sir.
My morning, Saturday.
Yes. Saturday
Yeah,
morning.
tomorrow evening, this time, do you have any class? No, I don't think.
Anyway,
No, sir.
No, we will take tomorrow session, yeah, same time, yeah.
So tomorrow at 7 a.m. For IST time, we have a class, right?
The same time, the same class continuation, same time, yeah.
So okay, fine. Thank you. Just I
Yeah.
want to confirm with you because
last week
Saturday,
I scheduled a demo for another class. That's why I
that's why
cancelled.
I asked. That's why I
No
asked you
problem.
to
Yeah.
inform. Thank you so
No
much.
problem. Yeah, no problem, sir. Thanks. Bye.